Hi, this video is the recorded lesson that took place on Monday, August 24th. Hello students and welcome to science class. In this first little meeting, we're just going to go over some brief things about your science class and your teacher, me, Mrs. Brantley. We're going to set up your science notebook and we're also going to do the first activity together that we have. So to begin with, hello, my name is Mrs. Brantley. Some background information about me is I am a two-time graduate of ECU, East Carolina University in Greenville. I graduated first with my bachelor's degree in elementary education, and then again in 2019, I received my master's degree in science education. This year will be my 6th year of teaching. I actually started as a kindergarten teacher, and I taught kindergarten for 2 years. Then I moved to teaching 4th grade math and science. And then this past March, I moved to Nashville Elementary, where I am teaching 4th and 5th grade science and social studies. Some of my favorite things. My favorite color is green. Obviously, my favorite college is ECU, go Pirates. My favorite subject is science. My dog Reagan is one of my favorite people. My favorite place to be is the beach. I will never say no to a Snickers bar. My favorite sport to watch is football. Right now, I like to watch the Carolina Panthers. And my favorite drink is coffee. So just an outline of our virtual schedule. You will be meeting with me every day in a week. Lucky you. On Mondays and Wednesdays, you will be meeting with me for science, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays you'll be meeting with me for social studies. Make sure that you're looking at your homeroom because that will make a difference in what time I meet with you. I meet with my homeroom, Brantley homeroom, every morning from 8:55 to about 10. Then I meet with Miss Mills' homeroom every morning from 10:45 to about 11:50. And then finally, I meet with Miss Chandler's homeroom in the afternoon from 12:50 to 1:55. Just some quick science topics that we're going to be studying in 5th grade. The first one is weather. That's a huge topic that we'll be talking about. Body systems is another huge topic. The water cycle, genetics, forces of motion, which just goes over how and why things move the way they do, ecosystems, and changes in matter. One important thing that you'll have in my class is what I call the missing work document. This missing work document can be found on your Google Classroom for science and social studies. Just a few things about that is it will tell you what you are missing by an X. If it shows an X under the assignment and next to your class number, that means you are missing it, that I don't have that assignment from you. If it is missing, I had a lot of students that said that they didn't understand why they had an X as missing a certain assignment because they know that they completed it. The X doesn't mean you didn't complete it. It just means that I don't have it. So always make sure, especially with those Google Docs, that you're clicking that turn in button so I see that you completed your assignment and you can get credit for it. If you happen to have a missing assignment, you do have an opportunity to turn that in. However, after 7 days, a week of it being missing, you may have points deducted. You went over Google Classroom with me already with how to work it and that kind of stuff, but I just want to go over some things that are going to be specific to science class and what you're going to see in the lesson slides that you'll be receiving. So at the beginning of every Zoom meeting, I will let you guys in early before the actual Zoom meeting begins, and you'll see a page similar to the one shown on the left, and it will tell you the materials that you need for every lesson Zoom meeting and the tabs that you need to have open. I do ask that you log into a Zoom a little early, maybe at 5 minutes early, just to make sure you have all of the materials that you need, like your science notebook, pencil, those type of things, and then the tabs that you need to have open on your internet page. Usually you're always going to want to have the Science Google Classroom site up, and then the additional things are also going to be listed. Also, at the beginning of the lesson slides that will be posted, you'll see a slide with all of the vocabulary words in the unit. Usually we will break up these words and not go over them all at once, but these are just all of the vocab words that we will be going over. Right after that slide with all of the vocabulary words, the next slide will be a link to a Quizlet where you can practice your vocab words. If you haven't used Quizlet before, it's just a website that kind of makes reviewing your vocabulary words a little bit more fun and easier to do. You can review them with flashcards, or they have games up there that you can play with them too. It's pretty fun. Last but not least, on the Google Lessons, just to try to make things a little bit more organized, you will have a slide that will be placed at the beginning of each day. And on that slide, it will tell you the slide numbers that you need to review. I ask that you please make sure you're only reviewing the slides for each day that are stated. Please don't go ahead, as I want to try to avoid any confusion. I want you to stay with me. And then that slide will also tell you what assignments you need to have completed by the end of that day. So for example, I just made up a slide that's shown on the right. You would be reviewing for that day, August 23rd, slides 5 through 13. And then the assignments that you would need to have completed by the end of that day is complete the vocabulary notes page, and then to practice the Quizlet at least 2 times. So in science class, we're going to be using a science notebook quite a bit. Hopefully you have a notebook that is just for science class. If you don't, for right now, for the activity that we're going to use, you may just use a sheet of paper, but once you get that notebook, you'll just have to transfer everything over. So today we're going to set up our science notebook and then do an activity that will also be documenting in that notebook. So to begin with, you want to open up to the very first page in your notebook, and we're going to title that the table of contents. Hopefully you've seen a table of contents before in a nonfiction book. What we're going to do on that table of contents is we're going to write the title of each page of notes that we have, and then what page in your science notebook that can be found on. This table of contents will just be really helpful for you to find a specific page of notes, maybe to help you for an assignment at home. So for today, for our first activity, like I said, we're going to put that in our science notebook, so we want to add it to our table of contents first. The title of our activity is going to be Drawing a Scientist. So just like the picture that I have to the right, make sure you have table of contents written on that first page. You want to skip a line just to give it some space, and then you want to write the title of our notes today, which is Drawing a Scientist. And then give it some space, and you want to write page 1 because it will be found on page 1. Next, what I want you to do is I want you to skip the page right after your table of contents and go to the next page. So you should start your page of notes for today on the 3rd page of your notebook. This is just in case throughout the year, if we need an extra page for our table of contents, we used up the whole page. So on that 3rd page of your notebook, this is where we're going to put today's notes. So at the very top in the right corner, you're going to write the date, 8/24/20. It's always a good thing just to write the date at the top of your notes, just to make sure you have it documented what day you did it. And then the title, like I said, our notes is Drawing a Scientist, so you want to add that on the very top line. And finally, in the very bottom right corner, you want to write page 1. So we're going to be using what's called 3-column notes a lot in science class. And what 3-column notes are is just a way to organize vocabulary words. So like you see in the picture, you want to draw your lines and make the 3 columns. The first column is going to be word, The second column is going to be definition, and the third final column is going to be example. And like you kind of see in my picture, try to have that middle column, the definition, be the largest, just because the definition is going to be what takes up the most space. So on to our activity. What is a scientist? So what I want you to do is right under the 3-column notes that we started, your job is to draw a picture of what you imagine when you think of the word scientist. There is no right or wrong answer here. Just draw what you think. I want to see. Also make sure you're adding a setting for your scientists in your drawing. Where are they? Where are scientists at when you think of a scientist? And your picture should only take up half your page, just right under where we put those 3-column notes. And I want you to take about 5 minutes to do this. It doesn't need to be a perfect drawing, but again, just draw me what you think of when I say the word scientist. So now would probably be a good time to pause this video so you can draw. Now that you have your drawing complete, let me take a wild guess as to what I think you drew on your paper. I'm not cheating, you're at home, so obviously I couldn't see what you drew, but I think I'm kind of psychic. So I'm thinking you drew something like this. An old guy with crazy hair, some goggles, maybe some gloves, and he's going to be in a laboratory, and he's probably going to be messing with some chemicals trying to blow something up. Was I close? Hopefully I was. But in this class, I don't want you to narrow down scientist or science in general to be something that's studied in a lab. Scientists can be all sorts of things and study just about everything there is to know in the world. So here is a scientist. She's probably in the middle of nowhere next to a stream, and it kind of looks like she's testing out the water. Believe it or not, friends, that's a scientist. Here's another one. At the very bottom of the ocean, looks like he's maybe taking a sample of the ocean water or of the ocean floor. I think that this maybe would be someone that we call a marine biologist. That's a scientist that studies ocean life. Here's another scientist, and this would actually be the scientist that I would choose to be. So you have an athlete on a bike, and she's hooked up to some wires, and then the people standing around her are what's called sports scientists. And I've actually been in a sports lab myself. My brother, who is younger than me, is a professional baseball player. He was drafted about 2 years ago from the Angels baseball team, and he actually was asked to go to a sports lab and have some sports scientists who specifically study baseball pitchers, because that's the position he plays. He's a pitcher. And those scientists wanted to study him. So what they did was they hooked him up to a bunch of machines, kind of like the one that the girl on the bike is hooked up to. And they were studying his breathing and his throwing form when he pitched a baseball. It was super cool and not like any other scientist I've ever seen before. Here's also some scientists, and this is me right here with the camo blue and white shirt. That's me. A couple years ago when I was doing my master's degree, I took a study abroad trip with some of my other friends in my class, and we went to Costa Rica. And in Costa Rica, like in the picture you see, we were studying some plant life and animal life in the forests of Costa Rica. It was super fun, and again, I was a scientist that whole week. So hopefully, as you've seen in my picture, is a scientist is a person who is studying or has expert knowledge of one or more of the natural or physical scientists. You want to go ahead and add this definition and example in your 3-column notes for the word scientist, and you're going to see a picture of what that would look like or should look like in your notes in a second. Some examples of scientists. So go ahead and pause this video to give yourself time to copy down the word, definition, and example that you see here in your science notebook. So hopefully after you finished, other than the picture of what you drew